Hello and welcome to a new episode of Corey and Kevin Talk About Nothing. If you're tuning in for the first time,
I'm Corey.
and I'm Kevin. And on today's episode, we're going to just dig into some stuff.
A bunch of stuff.
Bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it's probably nothing, but a bunch of stuff, you know?
Yeah, it's a bunch of nothing.
Yeah, yeah. So before we start digging, though, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. If you want to get notifications when we go drop new content. If you have any ideas or anything, any stories, any Christmas stories, any sort of holiday spirit stories, anything like that, you know, shoot us an email at cktalkaboutnothing@gmail.com. You can tweet us at CoreyKevin1 and just let us know, you know?
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys.
Absolutely.
What do you do to get into the holiday spirit? What movies do you watch? What do you even do?
Yes.
Do you even believe in holidays? Is that just conforming? What is life?
We want to know.
We wanted to dig deep, didn't we? We wanted to dig deep.
And we got it.
We're going to the core of the earth to find the answers, okay?
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, hit us up.
Yeah.
And let us know.
That's awesome.
You know, if you got Christmas movies or holiday movies,
Absolutely.
you know,
Yeah.
it's happy holidays from me. Now I'm just going to start because I watched 2 movies over the weekend, and I got to say it left me feeling like, oh man, I really need to watch another movie soon to like help cover up that it just wasn't enjoyable. You know, the first movie that we watched was Sicario 2 Day of the Soldado, and wow, just not great. And I'm kind of shocked at the Rotten Tomato. I think it says 62%. That kind of shocks me. That seems awfully high, but that seems very generous. Now, it's not the same director as the first one. Now, the first one, Sicario, if you've watched Sicario, you know that is a master class movie. Like, it's beautifully done. Have you watched that one?
No.
Oh my, it is awesome. It is like it's a thrill ride. It really is, and it's so good. It's so well done. But the second one is just, I just don't get it. Why? Why did you do it? Why did you do it? Right? It reprises the roles of Josh Brolin and Benicio del Toro. We were accepting that, hey, it's a sequel. Right?
Yeah,
You got to give it some leeway. You can't be expecting the world because whatever.
For sure.
Especially finding out that it's not directed by the same director. So, there's already some disappointment. And we're about halfway through this movie, and it's just like, oh no, this is bad. This is not going well. Like, the story's bad. We're seeing some of these scenes, and it's like 48-hour film project scenes, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, really? Like, I feel like we could have done better on that. And then the very end of the movie, Jessica and I were just like, I'm done. I'm over it. And I swear if there's a third one, I'm going to be pissed. I will never watch it.
That's not true.
It is. Just Boondock Saints 2, All Saints Day. Never watched it. I will not watch that.
Yeah, because the first one is so fantastic.
Don't you dare taint what is golden, all right?
That's
that
true.
movie is just a good old shoot-'em-up movie.
It's great because, you really... I mean, I don't know about the movie. The first movie, Scarborough, is that what it was called?
Oh, Sicario.
Sicario. So it's not that one, but the Boondock Saints. Boondock Saints... It blew my mind the first time I watched it. I literally had to almost rewatch the movie the first time I seen it because it just was so good. It's like the first movie I watched is like like kind of like a thrill rider type of thing, shoot 'em up. Like I'm
Yeah,
not saying
yeah.
that, but like as like a young adult, like I mean, like a young not adult, but like a young kid. I mean, a young
Yeah.
adult doesn't make any sense, but like a young young kid, So kind of like changed my life a little bit there. Not like in movie watching, you know what I
Changed
mean?
my
Really,
life, man.
it set it up high, man. It set it
Yeah.
up high.
That's
So I
crazy.
mean,
You moved to
yeah.
Boston.
Oh, I
You
mean,
joined
yeah.
like an Irish gang.
That's where we're at.
Yeah.
Just on my back. I
Ah,
represent.
heard the voices of God.
Yep.
He said, "Start killing some people for me, guy."
Absolutely.
Uh, one of my absolute favorite scenes. I love Rocco.
Oh yeah.
R.I.P.
Right.
But
Yeah.
he's definitely my favorite character in that movie. And when he's in that club where there's like all the the like the
Oh yes.
pervert
Yes.
club or whatever,
Yep.
and he's just like shooting, he's like Wyatt fucking Earp, because it's like
Yep.
a movie, like every time they go into a situation, a shootout, it's like watching a blockbuster movie. I mean, it was
Yep.
awesome. I felt, especially when they encounter, I think, their dad. I think it turns out to be their dad. I'm pretty sure, where they thought that there was like they must have fought 6 men, but really it was just one guy with like all these different guns. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Great movie. I thought it was fantastic, and
Absolutely.
I remember watching, actually hearing that there was a second Boondock Saints, and I'm like, okay, that's you're
It's
dangerous
water.
territory.
Yes,
right
for
there.
sure. Absolutely.
And then I saw the preview, and I'm like, nah. I think Jessica and I gave it a try. We watched about 5 minutes, and we turned it off because I'm like, this is bad.
5 minutes though.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was bad. It was real bad. And I loved the first one,
I
so
mean,
I
that
don't
must
really
be
want
real
to taint
bad.
it,
That must be
there's
real
certain
bad,
movies I just won't watch, like Old Boy, the new one with Josh Brolin. I won't watch
Yeah.
that just because.
And you're a Josh Brolin fan, aren't you? Don't you like?
I love Josh Brolin.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But Old Boy is a South Korean movie from 2003. There's no need to remake it. Learn how to read, okay? If you want to watch awesome movies, they don't always have to be, English speaking. Case in point, Parasite, right?
I'll give you Parasite.
Yeah.
I'll give you Parasite. That was pretty.
City of God. You had to read for that one too, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So now you're starting to see, like, whoa, man, some movies don't
I mean, don't get me
gotta
wrong.
be English.
Oh yes, for sure. I agree with that. I agree.
No, I think like that's like the opening door. You know what I mean? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I could get you used to reading
For sure,
subtitles. Well, hey, there's like all these other movies to watch. House of Flying Daggers, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Have you ever watched Pan's Labyrinth?
No.
Oh, you'd like Pan's Labyrinth. Actually, let's see if I could do this. That guy.
Okay.
He's the Faceless Man or something like that, but he's from Pan's Labyrinth. One of the coolest monsters I've ever seen in my life. I mean, not real life,
Whoa. All right.
But
There's monsters. Sorry.
well, yeah. Pan's Labyrinth is like a children's story, like what do we call those? Fairy tale.
Fairy tales.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not fairy tale story. You don't say.
Yeah.
It's
No.
fairy tale.
It's a fairy.
right?
It's a fairy tale.
It's like an adult version. It's a rated R movie. It's like an
Got
adult
it.
version of like a fairy tale, and
Okay.
it's really cool. But yeah.
Which one was that again? Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
But anyway, Sicario to Day of the Soldado. Wow, wow. That was
That's
just.
No. How many? Two, one or two inhalers.
Yeah, it was like snooze fest
Yeah.
for the first first third of the movie, right? And then
Okay.
the middle is like some stuff goes down, but then you're like, I ultimately don't care. And then
Yeah, you didn't soak me in. Yeah.
and then it just gets progressively worse. And then it finishes out awful. And if I was in theater, I swear I would have been like, screw you. Screw you, studios, for releasing garbage. That's what I would have said.
They don't think it's garbage, though.
Oh, no, they know it's garbage, but they're hoping people will come and see it anyways.
I mean, you got a 63%, so...
62%, and hey, let's make sure that's correct. 62%.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Was not worthy of a 62%.
My bad. Yeah. I mean, I've got a couple 13s from you. I'm just saying,
Okay, and I admit, where those could potentially have flaws. I understand that they were enjoyable.
Yes.
This was not.
I joke.
Now the second one we watched, I had high hopes. I love Jackie Chan. I grew up watching Jackie Chan movies, and one of my all-time favorites is the Legend of Drunken Master, and it's a phenomenal film. And really, I watched this movie called The Foreigner. It's with Pierce Brosnan and Jackie Chan, and it deals with a man who deals with some pretty heavy loss. But he's got a pretty violent background himself, like U.S. military type of stuff. So Jackie Chan, goes on this suicide mission. And I'd say the only highlight of the movie is if you are a Jackie Chan fan, you'll enjoy the Jackie Chan, fight scenes, because
absolutely.
He does. I'm sure he's probably still doing his own stunts, and he's just a lot of fun to watch. Other than that, real basic story, real basic characters, real basic everything, and it was really like a plot device to just show me some Jackie Chan. You know what I mean? All it did was make me want to go and watch The Legend of Drunken Master.
Yeah, okay.
Which, if anybody who works for Voodoo is listening, can you find out why The Legend of Drunken Master is not on Voodoo? Because I would buy it. Anyways, figure that out. Somebody.
Yeah. Soon.
Yeah. So anyways,
okay. All right. So not so. Yeah.
It got I think a 55% on Rotten Tomatoes, and
Okay.
I'd say that's a very good score for Sicario 2: Day of the Soldado, and I think that would be a 55%.
Okay.
And I would say, since I enjoyed Jackie Chan's fight work so much, that I was I'd reverse them. I'd say that one's a 62%, but I get it. Anyways, I just wouldn't really. I say if you're a fan of Jackie Chan, I like how that rhymes.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of Jackie Chan, check it out, because it's good. I mean, I've missed Jackie Chan. I don't know what he does.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's been. I was trying to think
stores, but.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, I see. Other than that, I've not. Yeah, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I still see him a lot because I watch actually Rush Hour quite a bit. As soon as I can find them, if they're on.
That's a fun movie. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, it's all. And then don't get me wrong. They don't get better, but you know what I mean. So, but the first one's always gonna be the first one.
I like the first two. I never saw the third one. I actually own the third one. I never watched it. Yeah.
Oh, dude, you better watch it. I mean, it's not. I'm not saying it's not. That's not that it's not watchable, especially if you like Jackie Chan. If you like that about Jackie Chan, it's just, you know what I mean. Because now they lost the whole dynamic of everything. That's just my biggest opinion.
It's let's complete the trilogy and move on.
Exactly. So that's fine.
You know what I mean? You never see that one on TV. It's always the first or second one. They never play the third one. That's a warning sign right there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but
that's fun.
It's fine. No.
Did you watch anything?
So I did not actually watch many movies. Because I'm getting upset because we talked about Elf. Okay. I can't find it. Nobody that I know
you sound
has
a little boy who's lost.
Searching.
I can't find it. Elf?
I mean, I just
Elf?
can't. Exactly. And it's on Hulu. premium subscription only.
Oh,
so I gotta add stars. Who owns? Why do you have to buy stars to get Elf? I mean, that's just. I mean, whatever. I mean,
They should allow you to get like a 14-day trial, and then you could get a 14 days of. Now I wonder if they're smart and they're saying like, oh well, everybody's gonna do that around the holidays, and they like reduce it or something.
That's fine. I'll do a 7-day trial. I'll wait until you know what I mean, a little bit. It's not gonna watch it Christmas Day. But anyways, so I searched for Elf for quite a bit, and I was upset that I couldn't find it, so I ended up going back to whatever. I think I tried to watch another movie. It was new on Hulu. Holiday something. I'll look at it, but I'll remember that one. I couldn't even get through it. I just didn't like it. And maybe I was just like the frame of mind I was in. It just was not like I'm like okay, I just can't do this one right now. So I just turned it off. It was still early in the movie, to where I didn't like.
You're not invested.
I'm not invested. So like it's just like okay, yeah, exactly. Hold on a minute.
Now it's called The Holiday.
No, I'm gonna look it up because
Jack Black and Kate Winslet.
Nope. I don't think Jack Black's in it.
Or no, The Holiday. Maybe that's with. Is that Queen Latifah?
Nope. It is. Oh, Happiest Season. Sorry, it's about the holidays.
Oh, with Kristen Stewart and
yes.
Man, I wish I could remember her name because she's a really good actress.
Mackenzie Davis.
Yes, she's awesome. Yeah.
And then Alison Brie makes a show up too in it. So.
Oh, nice. Now. Yeah. I liked I liked the story on that one because it's like, yeah, you've seen like 100,000 rom-coms, especially holiday-related rom-coms. But hey, this one is 2 characters you've never seen in a rom-com before, and I think that's kind of a cool idea. So, not the biggest Kristen Stewart fan, but I like the idea, and I thought, all right. That's a good spin on it. I liked it.
So I was gonna give it a shot because you know who else is in it? So the son in Schitt's Creek.
Oh yeah, Eugene Levy. Yeah.
No.
Oh no, Dan Levy. Sorry, Dan Levy.
Yeah, Dan Levy. Yes.
Sorry.
So no, you're good. I just
father.
Yeah. I'm like,
I'm Dan's father.
I'm Dan's father.
That's how he talks.
What's his name? What's his name in the show? David. That's why I couldn't think of it. Okay.
David.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I think of too. Like, who says it like that? You know? Yeah. So perfect. So he's in it too. Yeah. So I mean, don't be wrong. There's a good cast. You know what I mean? I mean, it's at least like I thought it was gonna be watchable for me, and I just couldn't do it. So
just couldn't get into it.
I just couldn't do it. So what I started is as a guy at work, really has been recommending something. And it's the Queens Gambit, the chess show.
Ooh, okay, yes, yeah.
All right, so I won't go into details, but dude, I'm telling you, it's like it sucked me in, and this is the funny part, okay? It sucked me in, and I can tell you like I like the show and it's good and it's all this kind of stuff. But if you ask me why though, I really can't go into great detail and tell you why the show sucked me as much as it has. I don't know what it is.
I just don't know what it is.
But I care. I don't want to ruin anything. So when you actually watch it. Well, maybe we'll dive into like why, like in my mind, once I go back and like start thinking of things, why it happens. I mean, don't get me wrong, they suck you into the character right at the very beginning because of what happens. I'm not going to go into details. You haven't watched it yet, right?
No, and I have heard nothing but phenomenal reviews. Just people saying, "Watch this show." So
yeah, it's great. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. So so my buddy at work said the same. He said the same thing. He's like, I want to go buy one of his kids wants a chessboard now because they watch it too.
Nice, that's awesome.
To play, right? So he said it goes online, can't find him.
Oh yeah,
nobody has a chessboard because that show's so big, blowing everybody up. I'm like, that's so crazy. It's so wild. You know what I mean?
That's awesome though. That's really cool. That's really cool.
So it's practically we're gonna bring something of it back. You know what I mean? But it was fun, man. Like, I'm not finished it yet, but
they were saying they were like professional chess players that were saying that show is like the most accurate portrayal of how like chess is played and all sorts of things. So I'm like, but I've been hearing such great things. We're gonna have some time off here, so we're gonna throw that on the list.
Cool. So yeah, so I'm just excited. I would recommend it. I think I'm like 5 episodes in. I think it's 5. And there's not. I don't know how. There's not many. I think there's like 8 or something. But some close.
Oh, nice.
But
Okay.
and it's good, man. It's definitely. I'd highly recommend it so far. I've not watched the ending of it. Well, yeah, I have not watched the ending of it. So I don't know what's coming up. I don't know how. It's all about the ending though too. I mean, we all know how Bly Manor went. So
You see, that's how good Netflix is, right? They're like, The Haunting of Bly Manor was garbage, right?
uh-huh.
And they're like, they won't even remember it. And I'm thinking like, because you're talking about the Queen's Gambit, and then there's a ton of other stuff that's coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nicolas Cage, the history of curse words. Like I'm like, there's all this thing coming down, and I'm like, wait a minute,
Bly Manor.
Yeah, you guys are good,
Yeah, yep.
You guys pump so much stuff out.
Yep.
And good. And it's all good. Well, not all, but
Well, yeah. But
Bly Manor was not. But anyways,
it's funny. Somebody told me to go back and rewatch it, and I'm like,
no thanks. No.
Yeah, why would I do that? I mean, it just doesn't. All the surprises are done. But anyways, we won't go into that because I could go into a dark hole.
Yeah,
I don't want to go there. I don't want to be there. So.
That's like if somebody was like, "Hey, you want to talk about Aquaman?" I'm like, "No." Do you have an hour? Do you actually? I'll talk for as long as the movie is. I'll bet. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think there's that many flaws. I just, in particular, did not enjoy that movie. If you want to go into details, we can. No, but I won't. Anyways, we've done that far too much.
Moved on. Yeah,
move.
for sure. Yeah.
I have a sign that pops up. Move on.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So the only thing that we've been watching, other than that, and I felt bad because we were watching Breaking Bad. And we're on season 3 now, I'm pretty sure. And
okay,
we're watching that. And I'm like, I love Breaking Bad, and I love rewatching this, but I need to get a movie in. I need to see something new right now, and even if it's not even new, I still want to see something I haven't seen before. And so then we watched that Sicario to Day of the Soldado, and I'm just like, okay. My bad,
Yep.
Probably could have just kept watching Breaking Bad instead,
My ideas are terrible.
Yeah.
And then what's the other one you watched?
The Foreigner, and I felt the exact same after that. I was like, yep, probably could have just kept watching Breaking Bad, but no big deal.
That's 4 episodes in. Yeah, it's fine. Hey, you still say you watched them, and they're off your list.
Exactly. They're off my list. They're rated. They're,
Pauses everything.
Absolutely. So somebody on Twitter, and I really liked the idea. They had said it's somebody that our account follows. I can't remember the name right now, so I'm not gonna say it. But they had said, if you watch something this weekend, name one thing that was positive about that movie. Let's start this week off right. And I'm like, I like that. Like. You can list negatives all day long. Let's focus on positives. I like that. So I said, it was awesome to see Jackie Chan, in action in that movie. So it was cool. Yeah, that's what I was okay. I like that. Let me at least find a positive.
Yeah.
Now I refuse to an Aquaman. I keep wanting to say Anchorman.
I mean, as I say,
let me set the record straight here. I love Anchorman.
Thank you.
There's no problems with that movie. But
okay.
Breaking Bad though. Oh, good God, that show gets intense, man.
It does. It's awesome. You really get me the back on the itch though. But see, I've watched that since before I've watched Lost though. So it's like, what do I?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I'm gonna go back and watch a full season, something like that I'm gonna rewatch, I like to do them. I could do them in
See, here's the difference. Lost for at least 3 seasons is 24 episode long seasons. At least Breaking Bad is not that long. They're
That's
12 episode long, season. So there's a clear difference. There's
for sure.
Half the amount that you're watching,
Yeah.
Okay. I want to. I'm sold. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep. Made my mind.
I want to go back and rewatch Lost, but then I you get that FOMO. You know, somebody talks about Queens Gambit. All right, well, I want to watch that.
Yeah.
I hear so much stuff about the Mandalorian, and I think I'm ready to, get back into the Star Wars life again. Been fresh out since Last Jedi in theaters. Walked out of that theater, have not watched a single Star Wars. No. I take that back. I think I watched Solo. I wonder what came first, Solo or The Last Jedi. But anyways,
Yeah. I think the last
Jedi and then Solo. I think.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed Solo, but anyways, yeah. So, yeah, I was want to get into the Mandalorian.
Okay.
I mean, there's just so much stuff to get into. And then there's older stuff. I want to go back to HBO and watch The Leftovers. I want to watch what's that new one with the Lovecraft Country. I want to go back and rewatch that one. You know what I mean? Like there's so
you actually watch that one?
No, I want to watch that one. I haven't watched.
I thought you said rewatch that one.
No. These are things I haven't watched. Yeah. And then we even want to go back and watch Sopranos because, like, as awful as it sounds, I've not watched Sopranos, so it's like so much.
To say, and Sopranos is big, isn't it? I'm trying to think. I
don't know.
remember watching some of it with
8 seasons.
Okay.
How many are you gonna guess?
I'm gonna guess. Actually, I'm gonna guess 9 seasons. Actually.
Okay. You're gonna guess 9. I was going with 8. We're both off. There's only 6, but that's good news for us. That's
sweet.
Doable. If more seasons could be like that. If more shows, like put a freaking cap on some stuff, people.
Yes. Stay at the top when you're at the top. Don't go down this wormhole of getting Game of Thronesy.
Dude.
I dropped it, bro. It happened.
You know, behind this tree, I have Jon Snow, Ghost, and Tyrion.
That's awesome.
It was painful to buy them. The only reason why I got them was because I have Ghost, and I was like, well, it's a TV wall.
Yeah.
And if Ghost is going to be up at the top, I might as well get.
Yeah, and GO2 is a big part of your
characters. Oh yeah, I mean, I love Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
but that's a heartbreaking one to.
I agree. So,
I'll be excited that there's like a prequel coming out, and there'll be like the same kind of world or whatever. So that'll be fun and everything.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm most excited for is Lord of the Rings from Amazon, and I think 2022 they said.
Oh, really?
So
I'm ready for it.
We're almost in 2021, so we're getting there, man.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready to see what $1 billion gets you. You know what I mean?
I mean, but dude, some of the scenes in those last ones that I watched, I mean, like when I rewatched them, like, you know what I mean? Rewatch the one, half the other one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we'll talk about it.
I'm glad you corrected yourself.
Yeah, so when I did this, I was like blown away. I mean, these are huge
movies, dude.
Movies.
They were award-winning movies.
Absolutely. I mean, I see it though. Like that's the thing. I mean, the first one was great in the first place. You know what I mean? That's why I don't know why. I can't remember what the reason was of me only watching it. Like, why would I only watch half the Lord of the Rings? It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know what I did where I didn't watch that one or the third one because I don't remember the third one at all. Like I said, and then the second one I remember up to like about half. I just can't.
Which is crazy to me because
yeah.
So that's what has always frustrated me about the Battle of Winterfell in season 8 of Game of Thrones because they're like, oh, this is like the longest battle scene since Helm's Deep, and I'm like, whoa, like Helm's Deep is amazing. Like, I will just throw that scene on just to watch that. Like that is
awesome.
Such an amazing amount of action and lore and really cool fantasy stuff, and you're gonna go above and beyond that. And I'm like, you're Game of Thrones. I'm not. You're HBO. Like, I know you got money to throw at it. Like, I know you can do it. And then we watched it. And it was like, well, first off, can't see anything.
Exact. Thank you. As I say, dark
and
shit.
Second of all, like, can't see anything.
Yeah.
Like,
So what am I watching?
this is actually kind of stupid. And then, like,
No.
the way things ended from then on out, it was just stupid.
I just I want to ruin it for people so they don't watch it.
Yeah, my thing would be just stop with season 7. And
That's it.
Whatever you think happens, go with
Happens
that.
for you.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's
and just go. That's seriously. Just go on with life. Yeah. Be a lot
let
happier.
the last thing that you see be Jaime Lannister walking up to Northrend. That's World of Warcraft. Walking.
So
Jaime
funny.
Lannister's going up north to go
Yeah.
talk to the Lich King, and I think Jaime Lannister might become the Lich King. Let's blend the two. Let's do it.
All right. Yeah. This is happening now.
Now there was so Lich King came out a while ago, a long time ago, right? So say like probably 2008, 2009.
Yeah. So you're fighting him then, right?
Right? Yeah. So there's a really cool scene where like he's riding his dragon Invincible in this valley, and underneath him are all these hordes of like skeletal warriors, right?
Okay.
And Game of Thrones, like, it's like you could almost say copied it. Like when the Night King gets one of the dragons, and he's like flying overhead like his army. It's like the exact same thing, and it's like, Lich King's way better than you. Don't even try. But that's just nerd war
knowledge.
talk,
Yeah.
nerd war talk.
Yeah. I think it's all strategy.
Better than Game of Thrones. No, it's not.
That's awesome.
One day I was like, oh man, I'd love to like rewatch Game of Thrones. And Jessica's like, do you? And I was like, man,
No,
damn it.
that's the thing. I said, it's funny because I've actually was gonna say it to you, to where I always go through all the shows I want to rewatch, and Game of Thrones never comes up because of the ending of it. That's the thing.
Yeah, there's no payoff. So like,
exactly.
yeah, we'd be building ourselves up to disappointment again, and I can't have that.
No, and don't be wrong. And if you remember my watching of Game of Thrones, I did a lot of watching and listening and having to rewatch because I was watching it at stupid times. I'm not going to promote it because I don't want to say. Do you know exactly what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I'm just we're gonna leave that out. Being very dumb while doing. So anyways, I powered through that to get to the point where everybody else was at, right? So I had a load of awesomeness leading up, because I think, what season did I come? Wasn't it season like 4 that I joined up the group of watching Game of Thrones?
I don't know. I don't remember that.
Or was it? I think it was 4, man. I'm telling you, I think it was 4. I think I watched. So it was 4, 5, and 6, right? There were 6.
There's 6 seasons. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
there's
so
8.
I think-
There's 8 seasons.
Okay, so it had to be later than that then, I think. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But anyways, I like powered through them all to then all of a sudden 2 years later get led down like I did. I was like,
what's funny is our one buddy who caught up,
oh yeah,
every
right
single
beforehand.
season, right before season 8, seemed like he was getting pretty into it too. And then it was like, yeah, I would be pretty mad at myself too. I'd be mad at somebody too. Hey, watch this awesome show. By the way, we're gonna celebrate garbage for the next 8 episodes or whatever, 6 episodes. It was a short season too.
Yeah, and we were diehard fans. So we had fires going.
I was gonna say exactly like we had meals going, fires going, like we had the whole everything going, and it was just like, really, like. And that was when Clementine was just an infant.
Yeah.
And she would like get really mad while we were watching it.
Yeah.
And you'd either have to like take her out of the room or like really like jostle her around or whatever. And And it was really just her telling us, like, guys, don't put yourself through this. Stop watching it.
You're wasting your time.
Bad.
Yeah,
I remember
pay attention to me.
I remember the Battle of Winterfell. Oh. No, the series finale. I remember that she was so mad, and there's nothing I could do. So I was like, you know what? Instead of ruining it for everybody else, let's go upstairs. So we go upstairs, and after like everybody had gone and Clementine was finally asleep or whatever, I watched it and I was like, are you effing kidding me?
You seriously, yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't down there with these guys, because I would have been like, what?
Yeah.
Like instead I have to be upstairs and be quiet because my daughter's sleeping.
Oh, that's so funny.
God, that was upsetting.
Awesome. It was terrible. No, absolutely. Yeah. We went on a little rant there. But,
right.
But
positives, I would say, there's some that say season 7 wasn't all that great. And I say, I still thought the season 7 still had some fun and great moments. So,
well, absolutely.
I say, I like it all the way up to season 7. Yeah. Season 8, nope. Anyways, yeah, you're right. Moving on.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
You watch anything else?
Actually, I did not. I watched The Elf.
The Elf?
I mean, sorry, The Grinch.
Again?
Yeah, again. Yeah.
That's like, what, 4 times?
Yeah. I'm telling you, bro. It's like, because I can't watch Elf. That's the thing. Elf is like my... See, when I say I watch it, though, like, I clean the house.
Oh, yeah, it's just on.
You know what I mean? It's just on. It's not like I like watched it, but still, though. So, but it was on, though. I mean, I definitely watched probably 3/4 of it, you know what I mean? Because I'm like putting my clothes away, putting on hangers and stuff. So I'm just standing in the room watching the show while putting on a hanger. You know what I mean? So I'm still doing it all, you know what I mean? But other than that, though, man, I don't think I've actually watched anything new. I've just been, man, I don't know what I've been doing. I mean, playing a little bit of Fortnite. A new season of Fortnite came out, so I've been playing more of that again.
Very cool.
Back on track with that. I also, though, I did do something kind of recent that I did want to at least, bring up a little bit, I'm on something new over here that I'm pretty excited about. So, I purchased something last week that I needed an upgrade on. And it was a new laptop.
Dun, dun, dun. MSI.
MSI, yeah. So I'm really pumped about this. I've ran into my little funny quirks to where I was getting very upset with it. It's all user error, so I can't really get too mad. It's all my fault. But I'm pretty excited, man. It's a very nice thing. When I was talking to my buddy, I kind of like just tell him about it. He's a kind of computer guy at work too, and he's like, when I showed it to him, he's like, "You got this thing for what?"
Yeah.
So he's like, "This is a nice machine, man." He's like, "Good work," and I'm like, "Yeah, man, yeah, sweet." I'm pretty excited, man. So I'm like, I did an upgrade on that, which I'm pretty pumped about.
Yeah, it's definitely a different, like, there's laptops and then there's like, a laptop that you can actually do something with.
Correct.
Absolutely. And it's always like cracked me up, like companies that would spend a lot of money on these laptops that have like, I mean, granted they're not gaming, so I get like they're not like looking for graphics cards, but you're spending enough money to put a graphics card in there, you might as well, let your gamers play a little bit, or let your staff game a little bit.
Yeah. So
that's funny. No, that's awesome, man. That's sweet. So, I love PC gaming and I just I like having a computer, I like I like that. I don't game on my phone. I mean, I obviously love a console, Ding, ding,
ding, absolutely. Yeah, of course, always.
But I was born with like a keyboard and a mouse,
Yeah.
That's my firstborn.
See, not I. But I mean, there could be talk. Let's do some. We might be some talking of some certain games that I may dabble myself in. We'll see.
You won't.
Let me get used to this WSAD.
Oh, wow. Let me get used to this WASD. You know, it's the exact same as like these up, down, side to sides, right? You just like put your fingers on them.
Yeah, but it's my left.
Dude,
But
it's
it's my
going to be
left
so
hand.
natural. Don't worry. It's going to be so natural.
Yeah.
You'll be like, oh, wow, this is so natural. This is the way everything is meant to be. WASD for life.
No, bro. I'm telling you, this just feels weird. I'm doing it right now. I hate it.
It's because you're not doing it right. Anyways,
All right.
man.
All right. Anyways,
I'm a big fan of technology, so it's always fun to like say, you know, you're looking at getting something new, so it's like always fun to, you know, take a look at what's out there, what's different from, you know, my last build and all that kind of fun stuff. It's always changing, man. It's new products, say like faster RAM, faster processors, better video cards. They're coming out every quarter. You know what I mean? It's insane. But the nice thing about getting yourself one of those types of laptops, and this is why like I would always recommend something like that, is you have the support. You know what I mean? It's a brand new laptop. They're gonna issue updates for all the system hardware, the system, you know, the drivers, all that stuff is gonna have their own updates through them. And you know, so it's just like that extra added comfort. Or you know,
that's true.
oh man, Windows 10 is doing all these things. Well, don't worry. We'll update the drivers to work with it. So it's really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah, I have a Republic of Gamers Asus laptop, and I got this thing for a steal. Yeah, I got this thing for a steal. But anyway, I almost felt bad, but then it's like, well, you're not doing anything with it. Whatever. And that thing, dude, that thing is just constantly like performing better than I could always imagine. Ever imagine. It's awesome. I love that thing.
Yeah. Okay.
It's sweet. And then I like Asus. They do the same thing. You know, they keep all their hardware up to date and everything. They really make the whole process pretty easy. Yeah, I work in IT, and one of my favorites is Lenovo because they got the system update. I like running the system update, get everything all nice updated, BIOS, chipsets, firmware, everything, right? And then Dell's got a nice one. Dell actually has a feature where you can remove all drivers and reinstall them. I like that option too. But Lenovo, Dell, HP has a nice one. HP support. I like.
Yeah.
I came from. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I think tech guys can talk to each other. So you guys just call and you guys have to talk nice to each other. You know, service. Don't you when you do IT? Don't you reach out to them?
No. Wait, why would I reach out to them?
Never mind. I thought you were saying. I thought I just misheard what you said. I thought you said from work you call them when you have to do that. That's what I thought you were saying.
No. So like, you know, I'll remote on somebody's computer, and it's a utility that you have on your computer.
Got it. Now
when you run that, it'll actually detect all the outdated drivers, hardware wise, that they support, and then it'll, you know, you can update from there. So
got it.
You know, those utilities.
Yeah.
I come from a background of like building computers. And when you built them, like you're mixing and matching parts. Yeah, they all work together, but they all have their own manufacturer. So they all have their own driver. And Windows 7 was like one of the first operating systems that basically you could, if you installed the operating system with an Ethernet connection, it would almost like self-install all the drivers for you.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But now everybody has their utilities, you know.
Yeah.
I got, you know, in this computer, I got myself a beefy old video card that takes up half the damn case.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
compiling some video. That thing going, it starts spinning
is it?
up. Oh yeah,
Is it really?
cool it
Yeah.
down. But
Yep.
it's got that RBG lighting in there.
Yeah, I think it's sweet.
I got
think
the
it's sweet.
custom heat sink that's got the RBG lighting. That's I didn't have that stuff for a really long time. All right, so when I was 15 years old and I had like my first job, all my money went to like cold cathodes that I could put into some sweet lighting.
Yeah.
What could I do to make my computer case really cool and upgrade components as I went along, man. It was always doing it, always. I couldn't even put a number on the amount of computers I've built. You know what I mean?
Really? Like, I mean, well, I guess you said you like ran LAN parties and stuff too. So, like, did people bring their own, or did you bring enough?
Yeah,
people?
for those, people would bring their own. But
gotcha.
yeah, I've built for people a lot. I've built and sold. I mean, I would like build one and then like a year later sell it and build another
No.
one.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, keep it going, right?
Keep going, man.
Yeah, upgrade every single time. I get it.
Yeah, I love PC building. It's pretty easy nowadays. But when I was in school too, man, my technical school, we were kind of like preparing for like we're the last generation of desktop users, man. Everybody's going to laptops, tablets will be coming out and all that kind of stuff. And dude, desktops are like some of the most, they're like even more popular now, which is crazy. Who saw this boom?
Well, yeah, well, it's crazy because like I went and go pick this up. I went to the local store, Micro Center.
Oh, I love that place. Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Anyways,
that's my candy store. Yeah.
Well, I bet.
I spent all day there.
Well, what happened the first day I went to go pick this up. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
So when that happened, I'm walking on the store. So they said to give it an hour. So I'm walking on the store, dude. I walked around easily. You know what I mean? It was no problem. Walked, and all of a sudden I go try it, still in the same thing. So I just took off. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not gonna wait any longer. So like that's what. Anyways. But that's my whole point though. When that walking around that I did, and that little bit of like me walking in, coming back the next day, buying it, doing all of this,
Yeah.
seeing how many towers actually left their store was insane. It was absolutely it was crazy. Almost like okay, so I went to a Walmart recently and they did a TV sale. Every cart that you see in the entire store has a TV in it. 55-inch flat screen. Every one of them. It was $148 55-inch flat screen 4K TV. So they literally went like hotcakes, right? So I walked into Walmart, and I just went to Walmart real quick to pick up groceries. I had no idea about this TV. I didn't go buy one. Yeah. You know what I mean? I needed something to go quick to go grab, and all of a sudden the store is crazy full of all these TVs. It was almost I felt like the same thing with like those. I don't, and maybe there was some sort of sale going on back there because I didn't ask. I didn't, but there was a lot of towers in a line all at the same time when they were like backing up. The line at like a Micro Center, but I mean, when you do 6 feet apart, you know what I mean? That adds up quick. But I mean, but I'm like, oh my goodness gracious, this is crazy, There's a lot of people, but it was so fun, man.
Yeah, I remember my dad took me there, and I'm like, whoa.
There's a store like this?
Can we spend? yeah. Like, can we spend some money here, Dad? Like, no.
Yeah.
Like, got it. All right, let's get a job because,
Yep.
And then that is literally why I got a job, so I could build a computer that I wanted.
That's fun. Yeah, that's awesome.
That is. So.
Your dad was a smart man.
Well, yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna give you a taste.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a taste of this real quick. Then all of a sudden, a couple years later, when you get a job, you get your own job and buy your own stuff.
Oh yeah, he'd always be like super interested in like, what are you doing now? Like, oh, you didn't want to pay for it?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
No, actually, my dad, he was really cool. Actually, I bought my first computer off of Newegg, and if you've never been to Newegg, I mean, it's the same feeling of Micro Center, just all online.
Yeah,
browse as you want. You can do all your own research and all that kind of stuff. And I mean this was 2005 2003, 2004. So I feel like Newegg was pretty new back then. Anyways, I mean, the price differences from then to now is absolutely insane. I mean, you could buy like 16 gigs of RAM for like $40, and I was buying 512 megabyte sticks for $80, back then. So, I mean, you're basically paying a
Yeah.
dollar per gigabyte back then. Now you're buying terabytes for
Terabytes
whatever,
for
right?
yeah,
So-
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
but yeah, we kind of just put a couple of things together that that you need: your processor, your motherboard, your RAM, the hard drive we took from another computer, and you kind of just Frankenstein built this thing just so that it was affordable and whatnot. And
Yeah.
learning how to put things together, and you don't know certain things, so I put this computer together. I turn it on, and a hole burns in the board, a big old hole, and it starts smoking. I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Wow. Okay.
The very next day, we're watching a video in class for my technical school that I was at, and they were talked about these things called standoffs. And the standoffs go on the case, the side of the case where the motherboard mounts to, and it basically stops the electricity. So like the chassis of the if that gets electrified, well, these standoffs will prevent the motherboard from getting
Right.
hit from any of it, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, standoffs. That was my problem, right? So like I had learned. So Newegg was super cool. They took a couple of, I think it might have taken like a week or so. I got that motherboard. They swapped out motherboards. So I got the motherboard, put the standoffs in, put everything on, and boom. Never made that standoff mistake ever again, man. But
Wow.
actually, a lot of cases come with built-in standoffs now. But
Okay. I was gonna say yeah. Makes sense.
yeah, it was just like one of the coolest things to be like, wow, I built this. And one of the first things I took apart and rebuilt was our Windows 95 gateway machine. It had a 486 Intel processor with a 386 coprocessor. And
Whoa.
this thing was cool, man. I took it apart, and the coolest part was I put it all back together, and it turned back on, man. I was like, whoa. I like this. This is pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. That was fun. Yeah. How old were you?
I was 8th grade.
Like roughly.
8th grade.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay.
8th grade. Yeah, so I loved it, and then when my dad was like, "Oh yeah, well let's order some parts off of Newegg," and ever since, man, I love building. Like,
Also,
You know,
wait,
it's-
Newegg was around back then?
yeah. When
Wow.
I was not in 8th grade.
Gotcha.
It
Okay,
might have
okay.
been, but
Okay.
when I was a junior in high school, so 2003, 2004.
Okay. Is when you found that.
Is when we were using Newegg.com.
Gotcha. Because I mean I didn't know it until I met you, and then you showed it to me. So
I love that place, man. That place has seen my money, a lot of it.
yeah.
A lot of it. And
That's
like I
awesome.
said, I would also I would have friends say, "Hey, I want to build a computer. All right, here. What dollar amount you want to spend? All right, let's I'll pick out all the pieces. I'll order it. I'll put it all together, and then there you go."
There you go.
Some of those people used those computers. I built them for years. Years.
Actually, I know of one right now that's still I think being used.
Yeah, good possibility.
Yeah.
Me too, actually.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, I've just always loved it. But then, I really got into like, what can you put? Because I've done the no case thing, where you just have your pieces and parts out, and you use a little screwdriver to hit the pins to turn it on, and
Oh wow.
yeah, I've submerged in mineral water, but I like the idea of like taking like an old receiver or some old technology, ripping the guts out and throwing a computer in it and hooking up all the buttons to it,
Yeah, that is sweet. Yeah.
But there's no point in doing that anymore. I've got a Roku.
Yeah, for sure. It's done in this little square.
Yep, got a Roku.
Yeah.
So that
Yep.
whole
No.
I've got a home theater PC on the other side of the basement that I'm like, oh, this thing's amazing. It's got a remote control. It's got a little screen on the front. Everything is really cool. And I used it for like a good year or two, but
Yeah.
I got a Roku.
That's so funny.
I'll tell you what, that's
true.
a freaking energy saver, man.
Oh, it's actually it's crazy. It's funny because I started out with the Fire Stick, and then the Fire Box, and the Roku, and now I have 3 Rokus in my house because I mean I'm just saying I
Got a Roku on every level, dude. I'm a big fan of the Roku. Now, if anybody who works for Roku is listening, I also have a gripe. If you could put HBO Max on there, that would be freaking awesome.
Absolutely. I have
Kinda
to go through. You have to
waiting
go through your
here.
PlayStation to get it. That's the thing. So so like now I have to like locate that. I can't. I can't watch certain things when I go to sleep because of HBO Max. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Please.
Like Roku, I think they said have like 46 million households. Okay, well that's 46 million households that are needing some HBO Max.
Absolutely.
Come on.
I couldn't agree with you more, sir.
I could not agree with you more, sir.
Uh-uh.
Anyways, I will take this moment.
Okay.
To talk about I blanked for a second because I was like, talking about computers. I'm all jazzed. I'm about to hop off this podcast and cruise Newegg.
Yeah, for sure.
For an hour. Hey, honey.
Yeah. So
I
listen.
My computer crashed last night. And I need a whole everything new.
Merry Christmas to me.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Sweet.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, movie.
Yes, movie recommendation.
Monday movie recommendation. Now, I should have been writing these down all along because I'll probably have some repeats eventually. But
yeah, but that's how good the movie is, though. Just say
that's
it.
how good the movie is. It's a reiteration.
Yes.
Oh, now I remember. So I had an idea of what I wanted to talk about. Now I'm gonna go back. What I wanted to do was say Pan's Labyrinth because you hadn't watched it, and it's a really good movie. So I'm actually going to give 2 recommendations. Hold on.
Okay.
So Pan's Labyrinth because you haven't watched it, and
I should.
Maybe I haven't recommended. Yeah, and you should. Maybe I haven't recommended it, and it came out in 2006. In the phalanxed Spain of 1944, ooh, time period. The bookish young stepdaughter of a sadistic army officer escapes into an eerie but captivating fantasy world.
Ooh.
Oh, and he's called the Pale Man. Hold on. There it is. The Pale Man.
Dude,
That's what
nice.
it's
You're getting better at it.
But great movie. That's a very high recommendation. It's a great movie. But you got to read.
I didn't say anything bad.
Now, the one that I came to the table and was like, oh, I know what I'm recommending.
Yeah.
By the time this airs, it's already had dropped for a week. But that just means if you've watched it, go and rewatch it.
Yeah,
if you've rewatched it, rewatch it. And if you rewatched it, don't make me go into details of how many times you're going to have to watch this. But Tenet. Watch it.
Okay, so are we going to talk about it next week?
You want to talk about Tenet next week? Because I'll talk about Tenet next week.
I mean, we can talk about... all right, Tenet next week. We'll talk about it.
A secret agent embarks on a dangerous, time-bending mission to prevent the start of World War III. I'm telling you, I pre-purchased this movie, and Vudu is so nice. It's like, hey, there's 40 hours until you can watch it. And I'm like, I'm like, December 15th is like freaking Christmas Day right now. Come on, just drop this freaking movie. And it toyed with me because there's some pre-orders that like just give you access right away. Now, they said on this pre-order that I wouldn't be charged until it's ready to go. And then I got charged. So I'm like, can I watch it right now? So like, I immediately went on Vudu and it was like, you've got 4 days. I'm like, you son of a whatever. But
Tenet. It's already downloaded and ready to go for you, though. It's literally just a click of away. It
it is. Happens. Yeah, it's in the library. Yeah. It's ready to go. Awesome. And by midnight,
if it's on
the TV. I might sleep downstairs tonight. I don't know.
Just because I'm upset with you, that's so funny.
No,
I put myself in the doghouse.
She's not upset. No. I'd be able to put it up on the TV in the bedroom, but I want to watch it. Like I want to listen. To it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha.
So it might have to be like, all right, I'll be downstairs tonight. She'll probably be like, all right, I'm coming with you. You know?
That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, so those are my 2 movies. Right. Usually one, but I'm gonna go with Pan's Labyrinth. Because that's a movie that came out in 2006. Should be very easily accessible. I think it might even be on Netflix. And then, if you haven't watched Tenet, come on.
I will.
Give Christopher Nolan your money. Just do it. Just hand it over to him. Don't throw it. Hand it.
Well, hand it. You be nice to that man.
You be nice to that man.
That's funny.
We want him to entertain us for years.
Yes, we need him to come back. So,
you like James Bond?
Do what?
You like James Bond movies?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a James Bond movie on acid, dude.
That's awesome.
Cool.
That's what I can't wait for.
Cool.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
So I wish COVID wasn't here, man, because I would have watched it in theaters. You know, we would have made it happen. That's
I know.
I know I can't. I mean, but at the same time, it just sucks.
There were so many times that I'm like, I am willing to pay the $99. Let's grab some friends and go to the theater and watch this movie. You know,
I would have like that. I mean, you know what I mean? Like with with all safely, I would definitely would have done it. Right. So
I traveled to the theaters to see it.
Yeah, and that's why when you did it too, I'm like, man, I should because, but
there's only
always, I get nervous. I can't help it right now.
No, and that's totally understandable. There's only two other people that we know of that have seen it in theater that risked.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I'm pretty excited. I keep messaging my brother like, one more day, because he hasn't watched it yet. And I'm like, oh.
So I was gonna ask you too. Was he one of the ones?
Nope. No, he was not. He didn't make it to a theater. Rightfully so. I mean, I understand. Like, you want to limit what you're doing and everything, but. I would have made a T-shirt like "Will risk COVID for Nolan." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but that probably wouldn't went very far.
Yeah, it's not a great joke. I get it, you know, but
I mean, it's humorous, you know.
But
it's funny.
did.
I laughed hard.
I did risk COVID.
Yeah, for sure.
Came out in July.
Putting my life out there.
It's December now, so I think I'm okay.
I'm just saying you're putting. Yeah, and you're putting out your own. You're putting out your own social media. That's all I'm saying. You wear social media on your shirts now.
Social media on my shirts now.
Yeah, I'm just saying because you would you would tweet that.
Yeah, hashtag risk COVID for Nolan. Yeah, I don't know if he'd appreciate that one. He'd be like, guys, don't involve me in
for sure
risk and COVID. I don't want any of those words in the same sentence as my name. Oh, okay, so Nolan.
Funny. Yeah, I get it.
Call me.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I'll just be a stand-in.
Yeah.
And I'll never leave you alone. No, I'm just kidding.
That's awesome.
All I want is a signed copy of Interstellar, like a script. Doesn't even have to be the original script. I feel like that's a lot to ask. All I'm saying, print off a second copy, third copy, whatever. Sign that B. Send it to Matthew McConaughey, have him sign it, then send it to me. My birthday's in August.
That's awesome.
You know. Sign over to Matt Damon too. I'll let him sign it, even though he's kind of like the bad guy in the movie, but whatever.
But it was awesome.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, I'm ready. I can't wait. Okay. Anyways.
Sweet.
So, since we're in the holiday season, the holiday spirit, we're talking about movies we're watching in the holiday times. All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Makes
So
sense,
I'm
yeah.
going. Yeah. Right. It's all part of it. So there is. So I brought up some interesting facts about movies and stuff. And I've been talking about Elf a lot. I really wanted to watch it. So and it's not like these are groundbreaking facts, but just stupid little things about the stuff that you don't know. So that's what it is, right? So okay, do you remember the scene in Elf to where they're in where Buddy fights the Santa Claus? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you know that they actually that is legit one time shot only thing?
Oh,
The
nice. So
director
one
actually,
take.
the director actually walked up to them and said, "Guys, you have one shot at it."
That's funny.
He's like, "Don't mess it up." Do you remember who played the Santa Claus?
Was it Artie Lang?
It was.
Yeah,
Yes, it was.
yeah,
For sure. So
Right.
I mean, so it was two it was two big guys. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Two guys so they really did a good job at it. Actually, so.
Yeah, which is funny enough to see Artie Lang
Yes.
being a Santa Claus. Yeah, you'd never see that. That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. So other ones, The Grinch, the new one with Jim Carrey. Do you know that he was actually not even the number one person that they were going to cast for The Grinch?
Yeah. Who was the number one? I forget.
So there was Eddie Murphy.
Oh, really? I didn't know Eddie
Yeah,
Murphy.
and then Jack Nicholson were actually casted both, like not casted like fully casted, but they were brought in.
Yeah,
for,
they were.
Yeah. So I'm
That's
like, are you kidding me? It was crazy because I mean, but yeah, it was Eddie Murphy. Yeah, and it says when he bagged the offer. So yeah, so he got it. But I mean, because obviously, and I think it was I mean, should have happened. So couldn't agree with that one more.
That's
so.
cool. Yeah. Oh yeah. Jim Carrey. That was awesome.
Yeah, so we talked about Home Alone, which I realized. I mean, I knew this the way it moved, but it's something else that I put down here. The tarantula in Home Alone, that they're actually going to use a fake one, and then the actor actually had his own tarantula, so he brought his own tarantula on to actually do it. To crawl on his face, so that's his own real tarantula that's crawling across his face. Actually, yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Nope.
I had a buddy of mine, his little brother. We went to the zoo, and at the zoo they were letting ones crawl around. A girl screamed across the room when one was crawling, sprayed, stabbed him in their eye or whatever, and then it swelled up, and his eye was shut for 2.5 weeks.
Ah, man. Oh.
Yeah. So he was upset. That's what I'm saying. That's freaky, isn't it? That's super scary. So, and then actors will let them crawl around their bodies like this, and I mean, it's insane. It's wild to me. But
No, that is wild.
yeah.
I'm not a big fan of spiders. I can tell you that.
Yeah. So me neither. Yeah. Well. Okay. So one that that I don't think it's brought up a lot when around Christmas time, even though it's a Christmas movie, is The Nightmare Before Christmas. So
Okay.
that never hits my Christmas list. That's just something that it's just not this, okay? But I didn't realize that this actually, okay, so it says 1 minute of this footage, 1 minute of the movie, took an animation team of 12 a week to shoot in that movie.
Wait, what?
It took them 3 years. So to create 1 minute of footage from the movie, The Night Before Christmas, it took a team of 12 to create a minute
Holy
of the
crap.
of the animation. That's like, and that's general.
That's
it's
some
probably
dedication, man.
well, that's what I'm saying. So
That's
3
that cool
years.
stop motion type of stuff.
So it took 3 years to make it. That's crazy, man. It's absolutely wild to me. So
That's
3 years of time.
Yeah, that's like dedication to your work because, man,
Oh,
like that 3 years,
100%.
my ADD would be like, you didn't finish that yet? We're probably never
Yeah.
finishing that.
That's
Now, yeah, okay, yeah. That's
no, go ahead. What you got?
No, I didn't know if we ever brought it up. You had brought up Elf. I don't remember if we had ever brought that up, but maybe you brought it up. But
What's that?
Jim Carrey was actually offered the role of Elf. That was the their first choice was
yes,
Jim
it was.
Carrey.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it blew my mind actually.
Yeah.
So.
yeah. What else you got?
One. We'll talk about our loved and beloved person right now of the world, our president Donald Trump.
In Home Alone 2.
In Home Alone, well, so Home Alone 2. So did you know that he actually said that? So he didn't actually accept any money. Only thing he had to do is have a scene in Home Alone 2. Like that's what.
Yeah,
it was.
that's all he wanted. Yeah,
that's all he wanted. So I thought that was kind of funny. I wrote that down just to kind of be as a funny little thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there was another one. I wanted to go into a little bit more.
I like that Home Alone 2, except for like the creepy dove lady.
Yeah. She was kind of. It was kind of a weird.
Stop hanging out with kids. Maybe call the authorities next time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I couldn't agree with that one more. So, man, now I can't find the part I wanted to read.
About what movie?
About the National Lampoons.
Christmas Vacation?
Yeah.
I have one.
Go ahead, tell me about it. It might be the same one. I can't find it. No.
The dinner scene after he receives the Jelly of the Month Club, when he goes on that rant of name calling of his boss.
Okay.
Like he goes for a really long time.
Yeah.
So they actually all wore on them in that scene, but because of how the camera is and the blocking that they did, they're all actually wearing cards with the words that he needs to say, so that they could just get it all in one take or whatever. But yeah, they were wearing
That's
like the actual
awesome.
words for him to say, so that he didn't get tripped up.
Man, say that's not the one. I can't. Sorry, man.
That's all right.
I can't remember it. I'm upset.
I'm a big fan of that one. Christmas Vacation. Now, when he sprays his cooking spray on the bottom of that pan or that saucer, that sled, and he's sliding down. Man, that is just so funny because it's just like so over the top. That is just like perfect.
Yeah.
Reminds me of that. You ever watch that movie Snow Day? It's like a Nickelodeon movie, kids.
Oh yes, I have. I think so. Was it like with all the hills around and the roads, all sled rides? Like there's like gangs of kids on the snow day.
Yeah, they're like taking on the snowplow guy.
Yes. Yep. Okay, so I have.
Chevy Chase is in that one too. I think he goes sledding. He's the weather guy. But anyways, yeah. Very cool.
Damn, I can't find it. Yeah. So that's all I have. I can't.
Well,
find
you know
it.
what? If you remember it, tweet it out. Throw it out to the world.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Perfect.
I'll do it.
All right then.
So yeah, that's all I got, man. Well,
that's all you got?
That's it.
Well, that's all I got too. All right. So that closes out another great episode of Corey and Kevin Talk About Nothing.
Absolutely.
Thanks everybody.
Thanks, guys.
For listening.
Thanks for watching and listening.
Have a good week. Peace.
Bye.